Climate change is something we're all learning to live with. It's the greatest challenge facing the world today, with rising temperatures affecting weather patterns. But there are many things that we can do to minimise the impact of extreme weather on our health and well-being through the seasons. Climate change means that spring is starting earlier, meaning the allergy seasons are getting longer. Air quality is affected by climate change, and for asthmatics, a wheezing attack can be triggered by an allergy, so make sure you have the necessary medications on hand. A longer season is great for growing vegetables, but it's also important to stay on top of your garden. Some dishonest people target the elderly or vulnerable by looking for unkempt properties. Try to keep on top of your garden, but if you struggle, call the Trader Register for assistance in finding a legitimate tradesperson. Using organic fertiliser is a win-win. Farmers can prepare it on their own farm and then spread it straight on the fields, which is cost-effective, good for soil fertility and avoids using nasty chemicals. It's expected that spring will get hotter, and you need to protect yourself as much as possible. Make sure you wear UV protective sunglasses to protect your eyes from the sun's rays. Summer temperatures are rising, and it's important that we protect ourselves from the sun and heat. When you're heading out, be prepared and think ahead. Many public places have UV index signs, so you can see how strong the sun is, and news bulletins also keep us informed. Always take plenty of water with you, and remember to put on sunscreen and a hat, even when there are clouds about. This is something we're used to doing on holiday, but can forget about at home. It's expected that summers will be drier, but when it does rain, it will probably be more intense. Water butts can be a cheap and effective way of storing water to use on your plants and vegetables. Ideally, you should do your outside jobs in the morning, so that you are not out in the heat of the day. Try to find a shady place to sit in your main rooms in the afternoon heat. Parched soils are not able to absorb heavy rain fast enough, which can result in localised but severe flooding. Being aware of the changing climate can help you to prepare accordingly. However, if you are in danger, notify the emergency services. Growing conditions can be ideal for buying local produce. Keep healthy and well by eating plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables. Autumn has been delayed by warmer temperatures and is the ideal time to prepare for winter. More than half the heat lost in your home escapes through the walls and roof. Insulation will keep you warmer and save you money. And if you are over 70, it's free. There are also a range of grants available to people under 70, which vary depending on where you live. Having a free fire risk check is also a good idea. This assesses any potential dangers in your home and includes an energy audit. With temperatures cooling off in autumn, we start spending more time indoors. Remember to turn off electrical devices that you aren't using, as this will save money and reduce carbon emissions. Autumn can be a good time to do some running repairs. Strong winds are becoming more common, which not only damage property, but can also cause leaves to block your gutters and drains. It's a good idea to check them every now and then so they don't get clogged up and cause damage. And if you're over 50 or have a disability, the Staffordshire Handy Person Service can assist with minor repairs and adaptations. Heavy winter rainfall is expected to become more common and more intense. Being prepared when you go out is important, as sudden bursts of rain could come at any time. And even though snow and ice is expected to become less frequent, it is still important to be ready for when it comes along to prevent slips and trips. As well as the usual weather forecasts, you can also subscribe to Floodline, a free service which will alert you of impending heavy rain. This is particularly useful for people whose livelihood depends on the weather or who live on a floodplain. And when the weather is cold and wet, make sure you keep warm. Wearing sensible slippers will keep your feet at a good temperature and will prevent slips or trips around your home. And of course, hot drinks are always a good way of keeping your fluids up and keeping warm. Keeping warm isn't always about having the heating on a high temperature though. Dress accordingly. Putting on an extra layer of clothes will keep you warm and save you money. Climate change is a serious problem that we can't afford to ignore. But we can improve and maintain our health and well-being by following these simple tips and by remembering to have a plan for all seasons.